Tomb Raider is directed by Roa Otaug and stars Alicia Vikander, Dominic West, Walton Goggins, Daniel Wu, and Kristen Scott Thomas. Lara Croft, played by Vikander, is trying to live a normal life away from her family's wealth, but she's also dealing with the fact that she hasn't seen her father, played by Dominic West, in 7 years. He's assumed dead, but he also has left Lara several clues as to his whereabouts. She follows him up and finds herself stranded on a desolate island that is being taken over by a sinister organization led by Walton Goggins' character, and they are trying to find ancient ruins that could lead to total destruction. I've never played any of the Lara Croft Tomb Raider games. The extent of my knowledge of this character or this franchise is they made 2 Angelina Jolie movies. That's about it. So going into it, I had the same thought that I had with Warcraft and Assassin's Creed of, maybe this is the good one. Maybe this is finally the break of the video game movie curse. And Tomb Raider, considering everything else that's come out before it, sure, I can say this is the best video game movie ever. But that doesn't mean anything, because all the other video game movies are, well, shit. Let's just kind of make a more standard action-adventure movie. And does that work? Kind of. Alicia Vikander and how she plays Lara Croft is the most compelling part of this movie. I find that she's got a lot more emotion, got a lot more depth, and got a lot more heart to her than I ever really expected. She is not some invulnerable superhero who just has perfect aim and nothing bad happens to her. She gets into a lot of heavy fights. She's surviving by her bare bones, and that makes it gritty, makes it realistic, makes you actually care more about where she's going and how she's going to get to her destination. That's the biggest positive that I have with this movie. There is also some setups to action sequences that are pretty fun. The more restrained action, where it's just people trying to shoot at each other, is shot well, it's edited okay. But then when we get into the bigger action sequences where it's Lara hanging off a waterfall or she's running off a ship into the water, the CGI and even just the execution of those sequences is pretty bad. It leaves a lot to the imagination. It makes you feel like there wasn't enough time given to this. With this movie, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I've seen it, but alright. The other characters are there, and they're played by incredibly talented actors, and they're doing bits and pieces, but not really enough to warrant such talented cast. There is a lot of problems that I have with this movie, and the biggest one that I found that really took me out of the experience, that made the whole third act a giant bore, was the fact that once we get to the ancient ruins thing that we're looking for, we see that it's a ginormous temple built underneath an island, which makes no sense whatsoever. Tomb Raider was trying to go for realistic stuff beforehand and then gets into, hey look, there's a bunch of weird traps which make no sense, and there's just endless chasms that have just opened up where that is not possible underneath an island. There is a lot of problems that I had with this movie, but there is a lot of other good stuff where I could say if video game movies can be closer to this and can build off of it, we may actually be able to break the curse. For now, Tomb Raider is just kind of a temporary remedy. If you're into the game, this might satisfy you. If you're looking for a more standard action-adventure movie, sure, this might be your thing, but Tomb Raider just doesn't have anything you haven't seen before. So Tomb Raider, have you seen it? What did you think about it? What did you think about this review? Let me know in the comments below. For more Mr. Movies, click that subscribe button coming up right there. Thanks for watching.